So I finally finished building our computer case. This has the audio card, direct boxes, all of our power, everything we need for everything actually. And it all fits, which is sweet, but it is a little bit ridiculous. Talk to me in 3 months and we'll see how many things have broken, and then I hate the way that we set it up. But at least for now, this will make setup very quick and easy. It's pretty straight ahead. All the cabling comes exploding out the back. Can't even open the drawer right now. Okay, first things first, all of the cabling in the back. So I've got one zip-tied group, and this is our keyboard monitor firewire cable for the computer, keyboard monitor firewire cable, and then headphone line for our drummer. So that's one just sort of group of cables. Power cable for the firmament inside, which powers everything, and then a huge one with a 3-prong extension cable, 15 or I think it's 25-foot extension cable, and this has the power to our USB hub because our fog machine messes with the USB hub, which then stops the keyboard and controller from working, so we have to use one of these. Apple laptop charger, and then power cable for our keyboard monitor amp when we have to bring that. So all of that goes up there, and then now I think I can pull out the drawer. Yeah, it works, sweet. And then there's our sliding rack drawer. We've got our two stereo DIs, acoustic guitar, track line, bass, and keyboards. Our audio card, we use a Focusrite Safire Pro 14 audio card. And then a little teeny, actually I'll move the camera, a little teeny headphone amp. The problem is that for live, this guy just doesn't get loud enough for, you know, if you're playing drums. You really need like a headphone amp, and I obviously don't want to bring like a whole dedicated headphone amp. So this is just a cheesy little pile headphone amp, which gets the job done. Got plenty of headroom on here to crank it up nice and loud. Sometimes, you know, you're playing a club where the sound system is crazy, or the, you know, paired with the crowd and sound system, it gets nuts. The problem I ran into was that the headphone extension cable has a really long, oops, sorry, my shadow, has a really long extension part, and with the adapter it just wouldn't fit in here, so I had to get a right angle one, and then that's why that is the way it is. Our acoustic guitar wireless rides up top. So this used to take about a half an hour, maybe even longer to set up if you weren't like really hustling. Obviously hooking up all the DIs and everything. So we had another case, and then the problem with that other case was that and that was the one in the beginning of the video that I tore apart. This has been like a 5-parter. I knew this was going to be a pain in the neck. And the problem with that was that the shelf didn't slide, so we couldn't, you know, if we had a problem, like we had to adjust the headphone amp, you couldn't see the headphone amp, so you weren't sure which of the channels you were grabbing, because depending on which one it's plugged into, it just was a huge pain in the neck. So this way, it's like if he goes, hey, I need my headphone amp a little bit louder, no big deal, I got it right here, I can adjust the volume. We've also got a light up firmament, so if it's a really dark club, sometimes the clubs are like pitch black while you're trying to set up, maybe the DJ is going. The Ocean Drive in Seattle can be like that, can be a pretty hectic environment for a band setting up, especially if you're the second band trying to come on and the party's really going. It can get pretty stressful. So being able to see what you're doing, even if it's pitch black, is really huge. Everything is clearly labeled. I've been really impressed with the connectors. We've taken it out on the road for one crazy weekend, and these new Planet Wave connectors are fantastic. I didn't have a chance to test the rig before we got to the gig, and every single custom cable I made worked without being tested, so that was like a Christmas miracle. So that's our box. Like I said, I don't know how long it's gonna last before like this adapter gets broken or this guy gets broken. Hopefully this will be both a convenient way to set up the computer, but then also not be breaking our equipment, so there's always kind of a battle with that. But at this point, this makes keyboard setup be about a 5-minute long ordeal, which is amazing. It's no big deal now. Maybe takes 10 minutes as opposed to half an hour to 45 before. And when you're running full sound and full lights, you know, breaking down or setting up can turn into a 3-hour ordeal otherwise. But this is now 10 minutes. Our lighting is quicker. I'll be posting a video of our truss and our whole lighting system, which is amazing. We can have the lights up and ready to go within a half an hour now as well. So trying to be more efficient. So this is it, finally complete, and you know, I'll post another video eventually if this proves to be a stupid setup. But alright, this is the project that I kind of feel like refuses to end, but I decided it was just too much extension cable all being jammed in there, and being that everything that is down there on the ground already has an extension cable attached to it, I chopped the extension cable part basically in half. So that makes packing it up a whole lot easier. It was a total pain in the neck. I hate making those little I don't know, whatever socket ends. I hate like stripping cable and everything. It's like hard on your hands and always takes way longer than you want it to. Especially because I'm not an electrician, so, you know. So, I think it's finally done, and I think that that shorter cable will definitely work a lot better. So, cool.